Hitting bad shots sucks, especially when you've got too many thoughts in your head, when you're trying to make too many swing positions happen. Your swing ends up looking like an unfolded lawn chair. But with simple thoughts, you are going to get the better strikes with power, with confidence. And I'm going to show you one of the quickest, easiest ways to improve your golf swing that gives you effortless power and confidence. Starting the swing correctly is crucial, and that's why we've got a whole series dedicated to it. But I just wanted to give you a quick insight and a quick drill. If we start the swing by the hands, using the hands to start the takeaway, okay? What that's going to do, it puts everything out of whack a little bit, okay? We need to start realizing that our hands are the only relation to the club head here. And we can often improve that relationship by gripping halfway down the club and noticing what happens when we move our wrists. You can see a bit clearer what happens if I move my wrists this way, if I move them this way, if I don't move them at all. But moving them quickly on the inside this way, using the hands to start the backswing, so many variables can happen, meaning the club can be too shut, it can be too open, we can whip it on the inside and then we have to reroute. But also, we don't necessarily want the sensation where we're not using the wrists, where we're dead rigid and just keeping it wide and stuck here, because then we have to work a lot harder later on. Again, if you were throwing something, it would all happen a lot easier. So I want you to just try something for me, and you can try with some pitch shots, some chip shots to begin with, but even without a club at home. Instead of starting the swing with your hands or the club head, instead of feeling like the club head is actually the first thing that moves, I want you to feel that the first thing that moves, aside from the feet where we actually start the swing, I want you to feel that the grip is going to start the swing a little bit earlier. So we're using momentum to push this grip of the club back and up here. The feeling, exaggerated, is this going up this way. And yes, I've got like an extra sort of overemphasis of a reverse hinge here. I'm not going this way. But what happens is, as we just allow the club to move, the wrist will hinge and catch up. It's very difficult to make this move and to keep going. It's not natural. But by starting and pushing the grip of the club that way, it will sort of catch up here. And every time you will get this perfect takeaway that isn't whipping the hands on the inside. So I want you to practice this to begin with, just with your left hand only. Just starting the momentum, so you're pushing the takeaway back here. The grip of the club is going up, but I'm not doing it by collapsing my arms. I'm doing it with momentum, with the whole swing. And then from there, we complete it. And you can practice hitting a few shots, just little to begin with, exaggerating this movement, okay? Exaggerating that movement there. Just to realize how much more flow you can get with your swing and how much more natural that kind of takeaway is. So start feeling the weight of the club. Feel like you're controlling it with the grip, and as you get to here, you catch the weight of the club and move it back down. It's going to be a different sensation for many of you, but the flow and consistency will be apparent, and your consistency will go up. This fault is very common, and it's a bit difficult to tell that you're doing it unless you see your swing on video, which most of you should have, at least to get an idea. What I'm talking about is too much rotation with the upper body, not enough with the lower body, so we're somewhat over here. The arms collapse because we've got nowhere to go. We're trying to make this big sort of turn this way. That gives us a lot of weak shots. We have to force ourselves back towards the ball. We want it to be a lot more free flowing. So just one thought. All I want you to do as you make your backswing, I want you to put the club in the middle of your sternum here. So it's there. We're kind of making a grip halfway down the shaft. And what I'm going to do on my backswing, I'm going to take the club back to about here so you can see it's pointing this way. But to complete my backswing, I'm going to feel like this club is going to point further to the sky. My chest is going to the sky this way. Now I extend my hands up. That's all I've thought about. And you can see from here, this is a much wider, more poised, more balanced golf swing that I can then deliver the club back into. So practice that little rehearsal. If you're finding that your swing is getting too much rotation this way, or you're moving off the ball a bit too much, stick it in your sternum, turn, extend to the sky, and there's your backswing. You can practice that at home with or without a club to start training your better backswing. I hope you practice those at home and on the course as well, and let me know how you get on. Also, if you really want to dial up your effortless golf swing power, check out this video. It builds on what we're talking here and gives you just an extra power boost. I'll see you next time.